individual by the New York State Senate. And whereas it is the sense of this legislative body to recognize and commend the caring, concern, and heroic acts of individuals who take prompt and appropriate action in emergency situations, nobly risking their own lives in an effort to preserve the life of another. And whereas attendant to such concern and in full accord with its long-standing traditions, this legislative body is justly proud to commend Aiden B. Carter upon the occasion of his designation as recipient of a Liberty Medal, the highest honor, as I said, that can be bestowed. The Liberty Medal was established by resolution and is awarded to individuals who have merited special commendation and exceptional heroic and/or humanitarian acts on behalf of fellow New Yorkers. And whereas in September of 2022, 13-year-old Aiden Carter and his father were driving along Route 481 in Oswego, New York, when they witnessed a single car lose control, strike a bridge, and then spun out of control, landing on the shoulder of the highway. They immediately pulled over and raced to the vehicle, whereupon they noticed that it was on fire. Aiden Carter called 911, and then he and his father tried to find a way to get the driver and other passengers out of the locked and burning car. Along with other drivers who stopped to help, Aiden was finally able to pull the passengers out just as the car became completely engulfed in flames and filled with smoke. And whereas Aiden Carter checked on the driver who was injured and helped to move him to a safer location several times before the ambulance arrived, and whereas a typical 8th grade teenager, Aiden Carter functions as a homeschooler and actively involved in his church youth group. He also enjoys playing the violin, learning the German language, and is a goalie for the Port City Royal soccer team. He's also a game master who loves to play Dungeons and Dragons with his friends, and he has started writing his own book series and is pursuing blacksmithing so he can create some of those items that he actually writes about in those books. And whereas Aiden Carter plans to join the Civil Air Patrol to help pave the way towards his goal of attending the Air Force Academy and becoming a C-17 pilot. And whereas Aiden, in his spontaneous and heroic acts, has so aptly demonstrated his character and compassion for the welfare of others, personifying by virtue of his action the collective concern of ordinary citizens across the community of New York State who voluntarily respond without thought of danger or reward when others are in need of help. And therefore, be it resolved that this legislative body pause in its deliberations to commend Aiden B. Carter upon the occasion of his designation as recipient of the Liberty Medal, the highest honor bestowed upon an individual in the New York State Senate. I am proud and honored, Aiden, to present to you this copy of the official resolution. I'll stand over here to hand it to you. Okay. We'll take a couple pictures for folks if they want to. And you can hold on to that. This is the medal itself. That's right. And that resolution was announced on the floor of the Senate previously. So that resolution had to be passed and voted upon. I can put this around your neck, but I think I'll let you just hold it. Okay. And then there's also Liberty Award certificates that go along, a couple of those, Aiden.
Thank you.
And finally, there's a framed copy of the resolution for you. So when you are at the Air Force Academy, you can take all the other airmen and airwomen's steam out of their sails with that on their wall. I don't know what they'll be putting up on their wall. So it's a great honor for me to be able to, sorry about the microphone, it's a great honor for me to be able to present this to you, Aiden, and meet you today. Would anyone from the City Council or anyone else like to say a few words regarding this amazing accomplishment? And now, you don't have to juggle. I'll take whatever away from you you like.
Councilman
Dan Papaya, here with Councilman Doug Chapman, and the mayor is not able to be here today, but she did put a proclamation together, which I will read and then present before I get the bond today. Proclamation for Aiden Carter. Whereas the city of Fulton recognizes the courage, bravery, and act of heroism Aiden Carter at the age of 13 of Bowling, New York, displayed in an automobile accident in September 2022. And whereas Aiden's quick thinking and willingness to save a life resulted in the survival of an individual involved in the accident. And whereas Aiden Carter has been awarded a New York State Senate Liberty Medal, the highest civilian level of honor a member of the state Senate can bestow upon a state resident. Whereas the behaviors of Aiden were that of a noble, selfless, inspiring individual displaying exemplary citizenship. Now, therefore, I, Dina Michaels, Mayor of the City of Fulton, honor Aiden Carter for his heroic act of bravery and courage on this 21st day of April, 2023. Once again, congratulations.
Would anyone else like to say anything? I've only known Aiden for a very short time, so I typically wouldn't do this, but I think I can do this with confidence. Do you want to say a couple words? Sure. Absolutely. You could just tell people about maybe that day, or how you feel like you were the right person there to be able to do that, or whatever you feel is appropriate.
I'm not that great at doing speeches, so I just want to say thank you all for coming. I would like to thank New York State and Senator Mannion for presenting me with this award, and I would like to thank my dad for giving me the example that led me to it. Again, thank you all for coming. Have a great day.
You're a pretty good speaker. Yes. We'll take that.